If your loved one is at risk of a fall, the Symphony Medical Alert System from CVS Health can help support their safety in their home with 24/7 emergency monitoring, even when you can't be there. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more about Symphony at cvs.com/symphony or find it at your nearest CVS Health Hub.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:59. We are now going to get started for our daily morning meeting here at the ATSJR Companies. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it on over to the founder himself, Mr. Antonio T. Smith Jr. You ready, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Ready, here, focused. Thank you, all of you. We are visiting San Antonio right now. So this is us right now making this work. Law, I'm sure you would like it out here. San Antonio is very law-like. No mosquitoes, she said. No mosquitoes. Now, the focus is simple. Let's just call this the road to 250. Okay, that's my focus, to have all of you be very focused, not focused, more focused. Have your energy directed at 250 people and do that a month. You can probably do it faster, you can probably do it slower. Doesn't matter. The goal is to unlock the blueprint for your reality, your success team, for you personally, of how to get to 250 people a month. That can be paid or at the $19 level or the lowest level to the highest level. That is up, that matters not over here, or shouldn't matter to you, but just focus on cracking that code 250, cracking that code. Because, the company will then do the work on your behalf and they'll get emails, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So 250 is what we should be thinking at. Now, I know some of you are hearing me, and I know others of you are hearing me, but I need you to hear me in a different method. This is where you say, all my energy is going to go into this one goal. Like, no matter what you do, it doesn't matter if you have another job or something. It's when you decide to come back over here, all your energy needs to be there. That could be 20 minutes a day. Right? That could be a sales funnel, or that could, however you work that out, that's up to you. But whenever you do it, you need to do it with the spirit of excellence. No other way, because you're going to be maximizing your time. So spirit of excellence. The practical reasons of why you're getting 250 is because, there's a lot of practical reasons. For one, there's duplication. The moment you crack that code, you just say, well, I can do 250 every month, 250 every month. And what is it? If 5,000 customers would make you, at the minimum, $10,000 a month, every month, then I don't know how many 250s it take to get into 5,000, but you just keep cracking the code until you get it. Keep cracking the code. Now, the reason I wanted to stress spirit of excellence is because I've noticed that's pretty much the only people who come here. Excellent people. People who are weird and spiritual, religious, but not kind of, they eat well, focus on fitness, trying, getting back to their original shape. They have vegan diet. They exercise. These people, and if you're not excellent, you'll never reach them. I thought that was pretty fair. Okay. Right? You'll never reach them. Now, let's build a practical foundation. Some of you, it's up to you, should now stake the claim, I'm going to be a personality of Ricasa, since that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to be a personality. I'm going to be a personality. I'm cool. I am going to make sure I'm so much of a top income earner, or I'm going to speak on camera and ask questions, be humble, whatever you want to do. Some of you should be deciding that it's your turn now. Here's practicality. Because I'm going to be looking for as many stories as possible. as much attention as possible. Where there is attention, there follows money. Okay? So I'm going to be looking for the most attention possible, the most stories, the most etc., which means that, well, you just ride the energy, right? If you're in the flow of the energy, then you're also going to be in the flow of massive success. Your success will be easier in that flow. Is that better now? It's just what it is. You just catch the most energy, and you use the least muscles. That's how eagles fly, somewhere way up there in that jet stream. They glide without using their wings. So this, I don't know if you were on the last night call, but this is coming from that, what I call it, that 250. Now, I was explaining to the team before the call that this is about using and working together as a team. Using a team, working together as a team. Some of you went, I'll do the 250 myself. Nothing wrong with that. But you should quickly start thinking, how can you build a team so you can maximize your energy with other people's energy? Right? Good. All basic stuff. Everybody knows this. You should just know the focus. Now, why are we doing this? For the middle class or the lower class person to get to be a millionaire, six figures, whatever it is they want to do with their life. Why else? To end world hunger. 40,000 children die a day. To have an issue with this company will be absolutely donating and coming up with solutions to that problem. Literally just feeding people. I adopt a whole school or something. I don't know. Okay? As much as I can do. And then why else are we doing it? To end student loan debt. If we have to create a scholarship fund and be like some of those churches or something during holiday times and just randomly pick folk out of a zip code and pay their student loans, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Now, the reason I say that is because if you focus on that, catch that energy, all the geniuses you need will find that vision. All of them. So let's say you focus on, let's say you make your energy about create 100,000 millionaires, or, what's that again? Big, hairy, audacious goal. There's three big, hairy, audacious goals here, okay? You focus on that energy, then all you're going to do, and I'm not even talking about attraction, not just talking about attraction, but you only want to deal with the people like you. Steve only wants other Steves or smarter Steves, and Jerry wants smarter Jerrys, because the more you have high quality people, the more you're just spending your time on the phone saying, how can I help you keep getting 4,000 people a month? These are the kind of problems that you desire. Now, what is better, and I'm just running through this list of things that's all memorized for me. What's better about this situation is you're not selling anything, and you've got to use this in two different ways. I have to use this in two different ways because everything is sales. So I'm not trying to pump you up. I'm saying, hey, your better approach is finding out who wants to change the quality of their lives. That's just a much better or who wants to save the world or something like that, right? It's a much better approach to that, is what I'm saying there. Okay, essentially, we're putting in the final touches on the software right now. The software is done, but for the most part, all the cosmetic stuff that the people will see, the other video, the words that sell, all that stuff like that. Which then comes to you. What would you do to take advantage of this opportunity? Well, let's find out. Let's see. You got headphones in? All right. Deanna. Deanna has headphones. Monica, you got headphones in? Okay. I'm going to use both of them. I'm going to use Monica and Deanna. Let's go with Deanna first. She has no idea what I'm going to do. Okay. Deanna, I want you to give us some areas of approach or methods of approach to do everything I just got finished talking about, really. Because I said again 250, 250, 250, 250, 250, 250. But now we got to show you the process, okay, the sales process, so to speak. Now, just for right now, in your genius way or the experience way, just what are some ways that we get people to come here?
So one of the ways that you can do, each and every one of you can take your business and you can go on your business page and you can say, and you can tell people to let them know, this is what I do. This is how I've gotten to where I've gotten to. If you would like to, start taking courses at the ATS Business University, I have sponsored 30 memberships. Give me your top three, give me your why, and put hashtag and whatever hashtag you want to create. So not only do you build your downline, but you also market yourself as the giver, the one that's giving the resources, the one that's giving away your company has sponsored 30 people to be able to take these courses. And then you give them your specific link for the freshman classes, so they can sign up for free. And then of course, now you have them in our system. And from there, we can do what we do. So if they decide while they're in the process of taking these free courses sponsored by the humor consultants, now they're like, you know what? I really need to do this and do that. We can tell them about the senior level. And when we sign them up, now the humor consultants have a monthly check that they will be receiving. So that's one way that you can do it. Another way that you can do it is just go on there, go live, talk about how things have worked for you, how taking the courses have built you, how, give your testimony. And then from there, put in your link and say, I really do recommend that you take these as well. Just click the link below. And you can sign up just like I did. And you put them back into our system. Like you get them in the system, whether they're at the sophomore, junior, senior level, or the freshman level. Just get them in the system and let us take over from there. They'll get the daily emails or the weekly emails. They'll get the phone calls. They'll get the one-on-one touch. You guys just get them in the system. Get them to us and we'll take it from there. But those are a couple of ways that you can do it.
Now, to point out two things in there, to get them to us, I really like you said that. We're just going to help you with your customer service, and we're going to make you look good. We'll know who brought in, and we'll keep, saying, well, we're on behalf of Jerry, trying to make sure that you are comfortable and everything is up to you. Is there anything we can do for you? Any changes you want to make, et cetera, right? All that stuff. Can we serve your dreams more? Can you tell us about the dreams? Maybe we can give you some free programs or something, blah, blah, blah. And then if they need questions, Gianna will set them up with a phone call with one of us, and then boom, there you go. Right? That's that customer service. The other thing is, she said, you give me your link that's specific to you. Well, if you don't say, I don't have that right now, Antonio. So that'd be the software, what we can do now. You don't need it. You can do other ways. You can say, hey, if you like this status, I will inbox you, and we can, set up a conversation. Or you put your name and your phone number. If that's, if you're like Kiara, you found out that you can have people text in very quickly. Or you can say, leave your name and number, okay? And the more you are influential in that circle, what Deanna was talking about, which was I sponsored 30 people or businesses, the more you're influential in whatever circle you're saying, the easier that will be for you. Easier that would be. Okay.
Please,
Easier
I
that
have
would
a
be.
question.
Yes, go ahead, Abby.
Okay, just trying to obviously like personalize this to
Mm-hmm.
my to me, to my style. I have this approach where I want to use of, first of all, calling people and just having a chat with them and getting personable with my contacts. And then I liked the suggestion of, me saying, okay, for instance, dear Abby, my life coaching company has sponsored 30 memberships with the ATS, and I would love for you, whoever, like for example, if it's John, if I'm calling John, my contact John, I would love for you to be part of the ATS team. I mean the ATS University. I'm just trying to see how, like
No
a
doubt.
pitch, how I could sell it in a way, So I really liked the 30 membership suggestion, because to me that sounds like credibility. That sounds like impact. That sounds like influence. And I know that my audiences would be more receptive if they kind of like feel that impact and they see
Sure.
that success. And so I just like that. Thank you for that. I just wanted to kind of personalize it to my situation, and that worked.
No doubt, no doubt. So I'll clean up the personalized part for you, but you're absolutely right. That is exactly what we give you, the credibility and stuff. But here's the deal. This isn't hypothetical. Chris and Monica do this right now. Let me explain what they do. They have their own companies. For Monica, it's the podcast plus construction. For Chris, it's a whole media conglomerate. And Chris came to me, was it 2 weeks ago or last week, said, and asked or something like that, can I use the business university as an upsell with my company? So here's what happens, Abby. Monica does the same thing. Here's what happens. They say, oh, so you got my coaching services? Or you want to do a photo shoot? Well, you're in luck. This photo shoot, do you have a business or something? Do you have a business or want to start a business? Yes. Well, this photo shoot comes with a complimentary, and then, right, a complimentary business university that is the #1 millionaire making university in the world. And it comes with a complimentary $30,000 program. We'll sign you up. You'll take your classes. It's free lifetime membership. Watch this here. Free lifetime membership. And you're automatically, should you decide you want to make money with me, with us, then you're automatically enrolled if you just let me know. No charge to you.
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
There you go. Yeah. So y'all never have to save. I mean, you don't have to sell the business opportunity. That's why I made it free. You didn't. I would just approach everybody like a student, or this is complimentary with my services. This is of no charge to you. There's no different than if I would say, hey, everybody, thank you for enrolling with the Business University, Microsoft, our partner. See, Microsoft, our partner, has given all of you the Word suite or whatever it is, the Word compilation. If you have that. Oh, I have a Mac. Oh, well, we got one that's available for the Mac as well. So Namdi says, hey, thank you so much for being one of my customers, the ATS Business University, our partner. Hey, thank you so much. My name is Abby. Thank you for being on my webinar. Listen to the end, and I'm going to make an offer for one of my partners that's not going to cost you a dime. Okay? Listen to the end, and I have a special gift for you. And then Abby goes, well, for your diligency and you changing the quality of your life, I want to offer you, I've been watching, I want to offer you a business opportunity, a business university opportunity for you to learn. It's got $30,000 of classes, and it grows every month. It is complimentary with my company, making cell phone cases.com. Complimentary with my my company, makingcellphonecases.com. It is at no charge to you, and it will grow every single month. I just need your name, number, and email to get you signed up, and someone will be in touch to help you get onboarded.
Sorry, one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I don't need the link that you guys have been talking about. I don't need it. I just need to ask people for their name, their email, and their phone number.
Right,
and pass it over to Grace or Deanna.
That is absolutely correct.
Awesome.
Yep, and Grace will know that the intention. If you gave her that, if y'all talk, if you say, Grace, this is someone that said they're interested from my website or something, then Grace will go in there with the full intent. One of the first things is, okay, well, I just called you there, Melissa. Grace told me, Abby told me all about it. Oh, yes, I want to sign up. Okay, well, let me get I have your information. Let me sign you up real quick. Your password will be this. Now, for a few minutes, Melissa, can you tell me about yourself? And then Grace will go after it. And if she needs to upgrade or be willing to upgrade, she'll upgrade right there. If not, she will start getting the class times and an email. She'll get onboarded to the groups to keep her connected, to keep Melissa connected. She'll get invited to classes, all sorts of stuff, all because you put her in the system. Got me, Abby?
Got it.
That's it. Your road should be 250. Now, I thought about this for 3 days. Well, it was 2 days last night. Today makes it 3. It's trying to figure out, how can I convince y'all to be $2,500 a month focused? Something like that. How can I get you focused in that manner? What number could I say that's big enough for you to achieve and push you, and then both small enough for you to duplicate as well? So I just arbitrarily came up with 250. This is not about you winning. This is about you cracking that code. What do the people in Delaware need to hear? What do coaching clients need to hear? And that's going to be your first battle, and that's going to be very short, because here's what's going to be your hardest part. You're going to start figuring out that your audience has a common thread amongst them. And then what's going to be hard is you're going to have to start tracking all the people in your audience for your own benefit. That's where the work's going to start. You're going to find out it's not going to be money objectives and all the stuff you're going to run into. You're going to find out that your audience is very different than what you think. Let's break this down. Everybody, starting October 1st, it would be mandatory for all cameras on, okay? And then a few of my audience said, Antonio, let's keep it, if we'll cut our cameras on, right? And everybody in my audience, the people who said something they wouldn't tell, these are people who always had their cameras on. Say, but there may be a few people, and we don't want you to make them uncomfortable. I said, no problem. My audience said, let a few people make it. So yesterday, I made the change. It's the same thing I'm telling you. You're going to find out that your audience they've got a common thread. And the more you know what your audience thinks and is like, the more you know how to give value to your audience. Everybody 45, almost everybody 45 and up said, let them young folk make it. Yeah. My camera turner owners, okay, was like, just it's cool. We'll just do better. It's the same concept. I'm telling you. You're going to find out. So how do I reach my audience? I should probably do a lot of videos about being selfless, about giving back, about mentorship, generational mentorship. Your goal should be 250. Now, everyone won't take this goal. That's got nothing to do with me. I'm not talking to everyone right now then. 250, 250, 250, 250, and you crack the code. Don't win, don't try to win the same day. Your mentality should be, I'm going to win today, but I need you to not have your worth and self-esteem, or this doesn't work, right, into I need to win today. You're cracking the code for you. It's what Abby said. You're finding out what is going to be personal about that for you, or what works for you. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter. Like, none of you should attempt to win and become some brand that doesn't support you. So hold on real quick. I think 412 numbers. You want to say something, or anybody? Somebody. Probably not. Okay.
If I tell someone that's either already been enrolled in, oh yeah, this is Reese. Did my name not show up on the thing?
They just fixed it just now.
Okay. If I tell someone that's already enrolled in a university,
mm-hmm.
and they're going to school for business,
mm-hmm.
and I tell them something, blah, 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 our partner, business university, they're going to have an idea in their mind of what they expect that to be. And as soon as I give them Grace's information, it's already going to feel and sound like something different than what they're accustomed to.
Mm.
So those people that's going to be a hard sell. And if I tell anyone that's even been to community, and I'm not trying to I just need to say what it is for me right now. Like, if I tell anyone even that's in community college, the first thing that they're going to want to know is oh, okay, well, let me know what's the name of it, what's the website, and they're going to look at the website, and then they're going to compare it to what their perception of it is supposed to be. And there's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no admissions.
Oh, I get it. It doesn't need to be though. See, all right. So first off, every single person is going to compare everything to their perception. So I'm not worried about that. Secondly, I'm not even wanting half of the customers that you talked about at the tail end. I don't even care about them, and we'll get to them after 7 million. But the rest, the other 97% of what you said is fantastic. So Reese, what you have to do is, you be true to you, right? You got that part down. Even if people are in this, most of the people who upgrade are the people who are already here. The people who are already here enroll are the people who upgrade. You can't keep getting all this value and not do nothing. Now, Reese brought up about 9-10 good points. That's a journey for y'all. I would like to step in that journey, but it's a journey for y'all. It's not. Let me pause real quick. Let me get you, Jared.
No, I just wanted to say, I had, and you and I have discussed some of this before. I have had some of those same thoughts in dealing with people. And, frankly, I have gotten to where the first thing out of my mouth is I'll just tell people, look, this is like nothing you've ever seen. This is, and I think if you start from there, then by the time they get to the link, they're thinking a little bit differently. This is like this, this is like something you've never seen before. It's an open source learning program. So put all your, all of your preconceived notions aside and just take a look at it.
Yeah, perfectly said. And it's two Reese's points as well, which she perfectly said. I have no intentions on looking like none of that stuff. First off, in admissions, what I don't want you to have to do is use financial aid to come through here. That's part of the problem. Okay, that's part of the problem. Not that financial aid doesn't give you anything. It's just that the cost is so much that you need financial aid to get anything. Don't want that to happen at all. Now, people like Reese and some of you people who are used to being in affluent areas, Reese jogs and hang glides every morning. She jogs to the hang glider and then jumps off a cliff. There's a certain type of person on planet Earth that does that stuff, and they shop at the same whole health stores, things like that. This isn't about gimmicking anything. It's not. Here's the deal. We are completely different. I get that. If you ain't trying to change the world, stop world hunger, or end student loan debt, you're probably not going to agree with anything over here in the first place. And I'm fine with that. But there's something more poignant in there, and what Reese was getting at is you're going to constantly, y'all going to constantly battle with that, because my vision is so different. It creates friction. It just does. It creates friction. It absolutely creates friction. But what I'm doing, every element of what we're doing creates friction. Every element. For me, lowering the price of $59.99 an hour, why you did that? So you got some people saying it must not be valuable. Right?
Antonio, can I say something, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. Because sometimes I'm very intuitive, but I also I'm very cerebral depending on the situation. So I just want to kind of, in my mind, I'm already picturing how I'm going to incorporate this into my life coaching business, Dear Abby. Mm-hmm. And because right now I'm starting the process of working on a sales funnel for Dear Abby. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, okay, in my sales funnel, I could also include that offer that, hey, Dear Abby is partnering with the ATS, this university that is doing something that has never been done before. Dear Abby, and then just do a little very, very nice pitch that is appealing to my audience, and get the ATS brand kind of like meshed with the Dear Abby brand. So in that instance, would I need to add the link to my sales funnel?
Depends. All right, so everything you're saying is fantastic, and then again, also to Reese's point, which I'll bring out here in a second for everybody else. If it's an add-on to your service and your original sales funnel, you may just, depend on how you design it, we may just be an upsell within that funnel. So you won't have to give out. You won't have to give out another link. You'll just use you'll use your link, and then it'll redirect them. Like you use your main link, and once they get to that page, it'll redirect them to the sign up. That will give you credit. So you won't have to. You just have to give out one link. Yeah.
Okay, because I want a situation where people are going to my sales funnel, they're signing up onto my email list, my Dear Abby email list, but they're also getting this add-on, this bonus, which is the ATS university course, business university course thingy.
That's right. And if you find out that people, if your numbers go high up, increase, then it's back to Reese. So let's go back full circle to Reese then. You're understanding that, it's the easiest way to say this. Let's first, let me give you another concept first before I put a bow on this. Your job is to bundle better. So if you have a product And if we can make your bundle, your product look lower in cost because it increased in value, then you're bundling better. So let's have a really good concept of this here, because there's something that we designed this as, and Reese had brought it up. I just didn't say it because I just didn't say it. You never have to lower your price. So your price can stay, your coaching package can stay $2,500. Okay? It can. You don't lower this. You don't lower this to get more customers. What you do is you increase the value of this $2,500. And once you increase this package, the value, then this $2,500 start to look like this. So our freshman add-on is $30K of classes that we're giving away for free that then grow every month. So now the value of your coaching package is $32,000 to whatever the hell that means, whatever number that is, okay? This number, $30,250, okay? And then you add another piece of value. You go be an affiliate with someone else. Who knows, Blue Apron or something. And the more you add value, the less this $2,500 look like. If that doesn't make sense, if I told y'all that there's a guy selling his $10 million mansion for $2,500, all of a sudden that $2,500 don't look expensive no more, does it? Because the moment you're exchanging $2,500 to be an instant 10 millionaire. But if I say, okay, then, well, I want you to have my coaching service. Okay, how long will we meet? Oh, no, it's completely automated. Huh? Okay, and when are we going to talk? No, you won't have access to me. How much does it cost? $30,000. That doesn't sound cool no more. $2,500. Or if you go eat a steak, and it costs $2,500. That steak wasn't bundled well. It wasn't. But would you pay $2,500 to eat steak with the president or with the gatekeeper to your dreams? Yes. No, it makes sense. You have to bundle better. You have to bundle better. With that concept understood, the bundle better part is reached to here. Yep, there you go. What I did, and it was Phil and Susan. It was a meeting with Phil and Susan that made me understand I should probably do that. They had a person who was fantastic. Was talking to them, and I think they were like super top of a network marketing company, and they wanted like one of our crazy packages that I don't even sell. Like I don't even market it, Jerry's. Don't even market it. We had a conversation, and the conversation immediately became an hour and a half negotiation. Okay, immediately, immediately hour and a half negotiation. And once we end that call, I processed the information, and I remember saying, I should probably avoid all conversations like that again. Okay, not the energy, The conversation was fine. It was what was really going on here, and what he was trying to do was have us work with his condom his company in tandem, like here's this low price, but I want this full service that basically makes y'all a partner with me. And so I said, I need to avoid that conversation by just going ahead and making us a partner with you. You see, after that conversation, I said, I need to figure out how to make sure that I never had that conversation again. Because the conversation wasn't negative. I never thought it was negative. It was, I said no to a customer because he wanted like these, valet services for something that's not what you're paying for, right? So I figured, well, for someone like this is thinking like that, well, who else is thinking like that? So in order to avoid the conversation, we just kind of made ATS completely a carry-on with your companies. Now I don't have to tell you no. Now I never have to have that conversation again. Go ahead, Susan.
But to be clear, in all of our years in business, this guy is the most intense person ever and has many, many, many questions. He's a genius, and he's one of the kindest, most giving, loving people I know, and I really enjoy him at times.
Well, he brought it on that call, and I had fun. We had some fun. Yeah, buddy. He asked how many questions he asked. It was like 1,000 too. It was good. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. But it made me realize, well, you know, when you're attempting to be a good leader, I went, man, okay, I should probably just give him what he wants, standard. So I kept trying to figure out how to get that done. And then once the coronavirus hit, it just, because I was already entertaining the idea of making a big chunk of this free. I was already entertaining the idea. Once the coronavirus hit, it was a perfect excuse for me to test it, because I kept telling y'all to steal from me, but now I can say it much. I can say it better. I can say, here, take this $30,000 and you can reteach anything in there as your own. You can offer it with a bundle with your company, or you can offer it as training for your employees. Like, no matter what you do, you can go to other network marketing people, even though we're not network marketing, but you can go to network marketing people, MLM, and tell them, this is, we're in no competition with you. There is no sign-up fees here, nothing whatsoever. This will just make you better at what you're doing with your network marketing company. So that's how I had to make us.
Antonio,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
forgot to add that, you know, he's a millionaire.
Of course.
But it doesn't matter, you know, in negotiations, you want to save or get every dollar you can out of the deal.
You understand. Only millionaires can be intense teddy bears like that. Nah, he's fantastic. He's got definitely got my respect. He's
Yeah, he's one of my really good friends,
mm-hmm.
and a genius, expert in nutrition.
Well, and it was a good negotiation. No, neither side lost, which is fantastic. Like, that's not what you want. You don't want anybody to lose. So we reserved the right to work together again.
Yeah.
You know, or at least, you know, give it a shot, because nobody lost. And I didn't let the company lose, because I understood where we were going, and we just couldn't afford that kind of giveaway and then losing the personnel. Grayson, the company would look much different if I had Grayson down over there. And we probably would have fell apart, because I needed him over here, right? Instead of like stuff like that, you know? Yeah, definitely. And I would have been developing software over there, and then been slowed down the software over here. So you just got to know where you're going and constantly protect where you're going, no matter what. But we are an add-on. And I think this is really, really proof positive of the brilliance of Reese's question and its concern. So Reese and others, you can always model or suggest strongly that we're just an add-on to your company. We're just company value that is added to your company. That would be I'm not saying it's the only way, but that would be a great way, because you'll just be bundling better. Instead of having your one product you're giving away, well, then we've got, you know, like, I don't know, 18 products in that one product. Now you're giving away 19 products. So your landing page says, buy one, get 19 free. Right? There you go. What they call a value add in real estate. Absolutely. Okay, let me let Reese respond to all of that, because I wind up coming back to her. Go ahead, Reese, if you want to ask more questions or respond to that.
Yeah, so there were a couple, there's a whole bunch of sort of online programs calling themselves universities popping up now. And even there's some big names, some people that are doing it that I was kind of surprised about because there's such a big market for it right now. So I think we have an advantage there because if we had been doing this a few years ago, it would have been even harder. Like the problem that I posed would have been more glaring.
Yep.
But now people are sort of familiar with this idea of, okay, like an online university that isn't actually, you know, an accredited institution can still be very useful. And just because it's not going to cost me 100 years of student debt doesn't mean it's not valuable.
Good point.
What was I thinking? Oh yeah. So I've been looking at these other programs and basically signing up for all of them and having their people call me or whatever to talk to me about their programs and sort of getting a general feel for different ones and how they operate.
Right.
And they all have a certain like they have their own like copy, so to speak. They have their own way that they market the program. And I think, you know, I don't know if this is something that I'm just going to make the assumption that it would be helpful for people to have some scripts to work from, not like official scripts that they're going to read from, like they're telemarketers, but like some vague scripts that they can sort of reference to keep in the back of their mind of like, okay, here's some different ways I can approach people with some general language. And it reduces some of the cognitive load of figuring out how to explain it to people when you have like a few different, and when I say scripts, I definitely don't mean like pages and pages. I mean like, I'm not trying to accidentally sign myself up for a job writing copy for you right now, but I think I just did.
Well, I think you're 1,000,000,000% correct. I find no errors, no flaws in anything you just said. Donna, can you send to me in line out what she's talking about is some straight Amazon-like customer service. And, hey, customer, I know it's maybe a lot of information right now. Let me condense it. You can just say these few things and, you know, do your own thing. As well, you know, she's just giving the ease to the customer. So I need you to send to me, make every process of this as easy as possible. Even the processes that you assume are easy, make them easier.
Bullet points.
Right. Antonio, I was mentioning this earlier. I've seen it happen before. And, you know, all of us on the call, we kind of have the language and some of us really don't have a total grip on the language to use. We're learning it. But as we grow and that 250 people per month, and then they're telling it to other people, it just gets really messy pretty quickly. Yeah. And then someone else approaches that person and they're like, no, someone else talked to me. And they got a wrong impression. So,
yeah. If the language and the vision isn't consistent, that's going to spread a sense of mistrust and confusion pretty fast.
Well,
it's also we have the link and to, you know, really say as little as possible and let the link do the talking, you know, but even the little possible can go south.
Yeah. And it's something that I've been thinking about forever. And it has again, Susan and Risha, I'll be 1,000,000,000% correct. There's no flaws detected whatsoever. There's too many possible solutions there. I've got like 12 backup plans ready to execute. And I don't know which one's going to work because no matter what I do, I'm at the blessing and suffrage is voting, suffering of my business model. Because you still have to go out there. You're still an affiliate. And if I organize it too much, it's going to have a real MLM feel to it. So I got to be careful, right? There's a line that I can't cross, so you don't feel like one of these again. Because it's the same. It's the equivalent worry that Reese had, about this may be too uncomfortable. But then I don't want to go. This is also smells like MLM too.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead, Abby. And then let me get Kiara, because I saw her unmute her mic.
I'm sorry. I hope I don't interrupt too much. But I just wanted to say that, that is so important for ATS to not come off as an MLM or like a multi-level type of thing. And that's one of the reasons why I like the ATS, because it doesn't have that creepy MLM feel to it. So I think it's really important that we keep the integrity of ATS and what it represents, and not start sounding too salesy, and because then you're going to lose people. People don't really like MLM. Right.
So let me say to everybody that's what Reese was attempting to protect us from when she said, not a script we got to follow, just something real loose, sometimes what she was understanding that wasn't said was, if people have knowledge gaps, Antonio, they're going to stop. Until the gaps get filled with the knowledge, they're not going to move. Antonio, I think we should avoid that. It's basically what Reese said. Did I quote you pretty good there, Reese?
Yeah, right on.
All right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, we don't want a whole base of people, and we don't want 250 people, Antonio, with knowledge gaps. We want 250 people that are ready to move forward immediately. Okay. Let me pause real quick. Kiara, you unmuted your mic about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was an accident, but I did want to ask, is the link the same? I had got a link from Grace a little while ago that I was giving to people. With us switching to it being Ricade, is it going to shift?
Your link will shift, but right now you can still use that one.
Okay.
Yeah, and your link would be right there in the back where like settings or something. It's in a very user-friendly area, because you're all going to get a new sign-on, all of you. And you'll log in from a different place, but just one place, and they'll all be there, and you have one sign-on. Okay? So no matter how much we add unto you, the chat, all that other stuff, you'll still be able to use all that with your sign-on. That's another thing you can upsell. Now, this is assuming that you're doing something in business or something corporate, something where there is an intranet, you know what I mean? Like an internal body of government and communications, like your law office, T-Mobile, right? Something like, if someone works there or has even a church has this internal communications that operates like an intranet. So our chat is something that could be bundled with your, remember our chat kind of looks like Slack right now, or behaves like Slack. So now you can say, well, here's all these classes, plus you'll be able to organize, your entire intercommunications with a feature on our software that allows you to have the whole back office or your whole office on task and reports, and you can create different threads. Normally, this is, monthly fee like Slack or something, but with this company, it gives you free. But not only will we give it to you for free, you still get all those classes plus the income opportunity to make money with us. It just keeps bundling and bundling and bundling. It is why I made all of this stuff. It's why we had so much stress. I wanted to make the software something that was far more than a website, and something that was so valuable that, and I'm going to release this. You're going to see me. I'm going to, it's a teach you all. I said this Friday to Deanna.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
I recorded every last one of our videos of doing this software. Remember?
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to release that as a movie. It's too priceless. You ought to see you picture me.
Awesome.
Okay. So in there, y'all gonna see me fight. You're gonna see me fight in there. I said I need to chat. Chat is no. You're gonna see me fight about that chat because of this one point. I said, Jerry, what if they just don't like the university? What if they don't want it? We can sign people up independently for just the chat alone. And then walk them to the university. I need y'all to think of the power of what I just said. I made all this stuff compatible with one another. I fought. How can I have all the software communicate with itself? That's why you need one sign-on, and they all communicate. It's every class has access to the Slack. It all communicates. It all communicates with itself like Apple would. Because I wanted to make sure that the software itself would make money. And how do I do that? By giving it all away for free. And people use these features, and then we could then make a phone call, see if you want to upgrade. Go ahead, Jerome.
Yeah, and what my brain is saying to me is this. I know from MLM background that I have the tendency to say too much. So going forward, my biggest fear, talking too much, overselling it, making it sound like MLM, and I don't want to do that. The other thing that I'm hearing on today's call, and we've said it before, is to me, the gurus are Deanna and Grace. And what will happen is if we can get them to them, whether it's within our business or giving them the link or whatever the case may be, or even giving Deanna or Grace that person's contact information, they have more knowledge about Ricasa and all that goes with it than we do, because they're right there in time with Satis and with Shaker and all this going on until we actually officially release it. They're your key. So we need to be saying as little as possible and let them do the work for us as we learn and as we grow. The other thing that's going through my mind, folks, and this is me speaking, I don't know about you, one of the things I'm going to build up big time is me taking the classes, participating in the classes that benefit me and my business. What? And I'm making money. Oh, everybody likes me. I got to say as little as possible and let the system and let the gurus, Deanna and Grace, do the business behind the scenes for us. Because once we get them in the system, guess what? Hello, they ain't going nowhere. I love the way Antonio said, I'm gonna keep you in. Once you in, I got you.
All you gotta do is take one class. That's Charlotte's Web.
That's what I wanted to say, Antonio.
Well, the second thing you said answers itself. Let me just address the first thing before Susan talks. Send me a note and line up that says we need to create a how-to guide. It's the same thing we said, but stronger. A how-to guide, how not to be Jerome. It will remind me of what I was supposed to say. Right?
Yeah, keywords not to say too is important, because
Yes.
anybody that has an MLM is going to go to that triggered place when they run out of words and start saying stuff and dig themselves right into a hole.
No doubt. You're right. And just so you know, all of you are also going to have like you're going to have a bunch of promotion videos, but there's three short videos specifically that you'll be able to text out, and you'll also have access to that would do all the presentations for you. You just haven't seen them yet. Susan?
Well, Jerome got right to the point of, and then he was excited and talking how it's helping his business and so forth. And then he said, and you can make money with it. And then right there, the person, well, what do you mean how you can make money with it? That's where I think people's own heart and talking about how the universities help them, that really is great stuff. And, but when he says, and you can make money with it, and then probably at that point when they ask him, or him or any of us, that's the challenging part. And that's, do we say, well, you're familiar with affiliate programs, and in business, affiliate programs are great, you know, people accept the affiliate programs, whether you want to use that or not. You know, I think that needs to be thought through.
No, I've got no choice.
Yeah.
Write me a
So
note that says create videos to get past people's money programming.
yeah.
Program as soon as money is brought up. Keep going.
And you think the way the economy is now, everybody and people do want to make money. They just don't want to feel they're trapped into something that is not what they want, or they need to feel the confidence of what this really is. That's what they really need when they come back at you. And knowing that it's not an MLM, then, you know, when they say, was this one of those MLM, one of those pyramid? No, not at all. Not at all. This is a university. I'm taking classes and learning, and then, you know, take the conversation to the next level. And I think that those two sentences are probably the most important two sentences that are said at that point, or, you know, with a video or so forth. And let me have the video explain. Of course, they've heard that one before too. So just, you know, that needs to be meshed out, I guess.
Yep. Oh yeah, no doubt about it. You brought up some good points. Let me get, before I comment, Jerry, and then Phil, and then Namdi.
Yeah, just I guess kind of thinking out loud here. Something that we might consider. I know that we're going to have particular video leading in to sell the packages, or even the freshman level to get into the free program, complimentary program, I should say. I'm wondering if maybe we should have a particularly structured video that is the first video that they go to in the freshman university. Maybe when they sign in, maybe it links them directly to this first orientation class, maybe, that can address some of these things in our own way, to kind of bring them into the fold a little easier, and rather than going cold into the first class. Just a thought.
No, it's a beautiful thought. Send me a note that says first video, and you're going to put some keywords in here for me. Eases buyer's remorse, addresses programming, and set here's what happens next protocols, while including how to use the software. There you go. That's everything that he said. Okay, cool. There, I got that. I got that written down. Thank you. I think Phil was next. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, what we're trying to discuss here is a thing that when I go to my clients, I talk about organizational health that I got from Paul Lancioni in the book called The Advantage. In organizational health, there's 4 disciplines. There's number 1, build a cohesive leadership team. 2, create clarity. 3, over-communicate clarity. And 4, reinforce clarity. So the concept is get clarity. And that's what we've been talking about this morning. How do we create clarity? Well, what he suggests is you answer these 6 questions. And when everybody knows the answer to these 6 questions, then we have something to be clear about. And the 6 questions are: number 1, why do we exist? Number 2, how do we behave? Number 3, what do we do? Number 4, what is most important right now? No, number 4 is how will we succeed? I'm sorry. Number 4 is how will we succeed? Number 5, what is important right now? And number 6, who must do what? And when you can get everybody knowing those 6 questions and knowing the answer to those 6 questions and agreeing on those 6 questions, then what they were to call and ask any one of us, any one of those 6 questions, we all have the same answer. Then you've got something you can build. Then you've got a foundation that's strong. Then there's not going to be something that you're going to have misconfusion or miscommunication or misunderstandings. Because number one, you've thought through those 6 questions to get clarity, and then we've communicated clarity in the organization. So when anybody is either thinking about joining us or looking at us, we just point them to the answer to those 6 questions and we move on from there.
That was brilliant. Deanna, can you put
Can you
down,
say those questions again?
No, I can't say them again, actually. I have a speech impediment that I can't say them. Yes, I can say them again, you crazy people. Number 1, why do we exist? And I think Antonio has been pretty consistent in getting us the message of why we exist. And I think if I were to ask anybody on this phone, we'd come up with it, because we know why he's here: create millionaires, to create a difference, you know, to stop hunger, to help with people with student loans. So that. Number 2 is, how do we behave? Number 3, what do we do? Number 4, how will we succeed? Number 5, what is most important right now? And number 6, who must do what? I'm in the process. One of my clients is the Fred Astaire dance studio in Columbus, Ohio. And I'm currently going through those 6 questions with them to get them all focused to understand the answers to those 6 questions. So when we as a team can answer all those 6 questions and that's all the same answer, then we've got something we can work on.
Absolutely. Deanna, you send me those 6 questions and then tell me, no, I need a note that says, make these 6 questions every possible type of collateral that exists. I'll know what that means. That means not only are we gonna address it in our videos, right? Especially the video that Jerry brought up, but it'll be hidden in graphics and right. Every different type of collateral is just going to be reinforcing, not just overtly, but covertly too. Just keep putting it out there. Keep putting it out there. Good stuff, Phil. Good, very good stuff.
May I plug a little bit about the call tonight at 9 o'clock?
Absolutely.
All right. The overall theme tonight is going to be being strong during challenging times. Now, if that's not a message that everyone who's on this call understands, that, boy, I need to understand being strong during challenging times, because there's nobody that's going to doubt that these aren't challenging times. So what we're going to have us discuss tonight is talk about a time when you had to be strong. What were your struggling times? Growing up in a trash can, being abused, going through financial challenges. Number 2, what did you do to get through challenging times? And number 3, what can we do now to handle challenging times? And one answer is be involved with the ATS Business University. So what we're going to be doing tonight is putting together a conversation, and you bring your unique perspective to the table, and we'll help you draft a conversation where you can answer those questions pretty succinctly and use that as a way in which you go to market.
That sounds good to me. Hey, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds real good. Namdi, let me hear from you.
Yeah, quick one. First of all, I've got a few questions. I'm thinking, should we preempt our advertisements or looking for potential customers and clients until we get the new software working?
Yes, yes, you should. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. So second thing is what Jerry was saying earlier. For me, I've got people that already know what they want, so they at point A they want to get to point D, as it were, and they just don't know how to get there. So I'm thinking these videos, most of these videos, if presented to them properly, could get them and facilitate and guide and obviously enhance their knowledge, which is obviously the most important thing about knowledge, isn't it? It's when they know better, then they can act better, they can make better decisions. and my role is just to guide them. And then when I get those set of people on the journey, I think that's when I can win them off to maybe Grace. And like you said, if the software comes, give them for free, and then subsequently ask them for upgrade. And I think
Absolutely.
That's always a way to get people laying,
Well, that's exactly what happened to you too, though. Yeah, yeah.
So that's going to work all the time, So let's start from what we know works, obviously, to brainstorming about other things and other areas you can get people in, and So that's my little.
No, I appreciate you. That's very good. He gives me an opportunity. First of all, that was 1,000,000,000% correct. I got nothing to say against that. He gives me an opportunity to tell y'all though that that's why the freshman level is designed the way it is. If they go take the actual classes, the first class there is showing people where they are. The second one then tells you what to do about it, right? The first class right now is why the rich get richer. And I use that class to re-engage. The whole freshman level, whatever engagement y'all did to people, we then re-engage. Think of it as a concert. Well, the ushers had to greet you. Everybody had to be nice to you. But then once the featured singer gets on stage, they have to start that re-engagement all over again. They have to make you, from their opening words, feel like the usher smile at the door. You know what I'm saying? They got to restart all over again and take you back on a journey. The freshman level operates as that. That was my thought process of doing that. How can I re-engage you? That's why they're in the order that they are, and that's why they have not changed in quite some time for that very reason. So good stuff. And that will most certainly be the model. Namely, we're just going to do is going to mix these things, these 6 questions in that, because I caught what Phil was not the first time he said it. It's the first time I understood that Phil is talking about these questions address people's programming. Remember, everybody's programmed. There's nothing you can do about it. I want to tell you, so when someone said, well, as soon as we bring up money, you still got to bring up money. I can't make you financially independent or free by telling you just don't bring up money. You still have to bring up, do you want to make money with us? It still has to come up in conversation. Now, what is going to be difficult, and I have no answer here until, you told me to read something that I might give me. Okay. Let me just finish the sentence. I have no answer here because I need to go get beat up. This is the beautiful part of not launching yet. Because as long as my model says, I'm going to share 50% of the income or the revenue, it also says, which means I now need to share 50% of the narrative to you as well. It doesn't matter if I want that. I have no choice. If 50% of the revenue is going to be shared, and it means that more people are going to talk to you and see this brand through you. So I'm going to keep jostling with that. I know some stuff to say. I've addressed most of it with things you can send out. However, until y'all go out there and do something stupid, I can't react properly. I need to know what's happening first, and I also need to know what really works and why does this work so well? Why is Reese bringing in 50,000 people? What is she saying? And then we figure it out like that. Go ahead, Susan and Reese.
Well, also in the beginning, they don't have to sign up for the part to make money.
No.
But it's not.
That's why we got it separate too.
Or, yeah, it's either or. It's not, well, if you don't want to do that, then you can't take the courses. That's not the situation. So
Exactly.
that is a really comfort level for people. And I believe that some of those people that are kind of on the fence on that will probably eventually see that they want to make money with this because, it's so good for them. They want to share it.
No doubt. And I mean, you're just spot on with that. You're spot on with that. I just thought about something you said. What did you say? It skipped my mind. Man, it was so good what she just said. I was going to say something about it, but I guess it ain't my time to say something about it. Reese, let me hear from you real quick. Okay, then Monica got something after Reese. You may have muted yourself. Okay, you go ahead, Monica.
Yeah, all I was going to say is I think as far as people being hesitant, I don't think it's going to be as bad as people think it is because one, they're going to trust you. The biggest thing about this is going to be building the value first, which is telling them about your experiences. So I know majority of people on this call have taken some of these courses before. So whatever your favorite course is, tell them about it. Tell them about your experience. I think the other thing is when you find out what their goal is and what they're trying to accomplish, then at that point you can also say, well, I recommend this specific course because there is a lot of courses. So you can't just say, hey, go take these courses because they're going to log in and they're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of courses that are in there. So I think you have to pick one and tell them about that one that you feel is going to be good for them. Let them take it because once they actually take it, even if they just take one, they're going to say, man, this is some pretty good information. Then you can go into how the process works and the details. And if you don't know those, that's where we come in and we can help with the details on how they can make money if they want. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as some people think it is. You will have those people that are going to be hesitant at first, but if they see that you're doing it and you make it clear this is not MLM. In fact, like I tell people, I've done MLM in the past. I've done 2 of them and I hate MLM. So I think it's really going to be personalizing it to what their need is. And then like Phil said, clarity is going to be the big thing because if people don't understand something, they're not going to do it. And that's just any normal human being. So I think those are going to be the biggest things. And then just being genuine about it. And it should be, everybody should be just fine. So, and then the details obviously can come later, or that's where we can come in and help with giving them the actual details to everything.
Right. All right. Spot on is what Abby said, Monica. Go ahead, Justin.
What I was just got from what Monica was just saying, I remember when I first started, I looked at the toxic traits, and then Grace gave me the 2 courses that I should take before I even thought about getting on any of the calls. I think from a general standpoint, unless we're just targeting business owners, it should be a platform of like 3 or 4 courses to begin with, but generalized courses such as the freshman course, such as the toxic trait, why the rich get richer. And then when the average person comes in, most people are not entrepreneurs. They're not. So you're gonna have more employees that come in, and then you can then transform the soil from weeds to harvest because they have access to all of the courses in the software, but they get to pick and choose based on their interests. Because personally, me, if I'm not interested in something, it's not going to hold my attention long enough to go through all the courses, and definitely not to be on a call for 2 or 3 hours a day. So when you come on and you got a 9-to-5, people have kids, it's a recession, or people have businesses and they got other things going on. The first courses is going to be generalized mindset, right? After the mindset, we're going to pick out something that's in their direct interest to what they want to accomplish. And then from what they want to accomplish, they get to see what they can accomplish after they already grasp what they want. But the wants have to come first. Otherwise, we're going to get them, but we're not going to hold them. Because it's so much value that the common person is not going to recognize the value from the first thing. Especially because you're giving it away for a minimal price because you give back. So when you come on board, here's the first courses. And then Grace, Deanna, somebody has an interview with them and see what their actual needs are, and creates a specific course of action just for them. And then once they complete those, then they can get on the morning calls. And then once they find out what the morning call is about, then they can get on the afternoon or the night calls because it's to their interest. You understand what I'm saying?
No doubt.
That way we don't just get entrepreneurs and business owners. We get 9 to 5. We get students. We get churchgoers. We get people who are down, going through hard times. We go to every walks of life, and that also makes the environment that much more better because you got different pieces to the puzzle. We give them an e-commerce platform, so now you got every walk of life person from e-commerce, and then you got so many more ideas to bring on to e-commerce. So there's so much space for opportunity based off of generalizing it, but customizing.
No doubt. The good thing is, y'all, everybody who comes here gets that psychological profile that Justin was just talking about. So we do talk to everybody, and once you get their goals and dreams, we only address them through their goals and dreams. Okay? Justin brought up something so powerful, so I need you to send it to me. Let's have a suggested classes collateral, just call it collateral, for at least 4 different type of customers. It could be more, but they're going to be at least 4 different type of customers that I can think of. So if you fit this, I don't have a business. Okay, here's the suggested classes, right? Because he said we could bring people in and then train, because we're going to have some people 9 to 5. So people can't get on the call, have to listen, different ways. And then if we can have suggested classes for each of those type of people groups, and we have the data because we know we brought so many people to come in, then that's what we'll do. That's actually going to be pretty good. And what I'll have to do, okay, I got you, Carol. What I'll have to do is I'll come up with names of them for something. Think like our own version of bank code. If I'm talking to Phil, Susan, and y'all that went to that presentation. Yeah, our own version of that. Oh, this person is a green. We'll make up our own language so we can then funnel people. Okay, make sure you send that to me. Good stuff. Let me hear from you, Carol.
So one of the questions I have, because like Justin and everybody was actually,
I see it, Phil.
is that people get confused when they first come in. And even if somebody talks to them and say, well, what do you want? Sometimes people don't know what they want. So they might even say anything just to not look stupid. And then there's, so, well, maybe you should take those classes. They're not going to take those classes. They're going to get scared and back away. So just like when they have a funnel and at the end of it, or if they have some kind of little challenge and at the end of it, they say, okay, purchase this, and people get nervous and they got all the value they think they needed and they won't let go of the money because they're afraid of letting go. But then they get a follow-up text or follow-up email or maybe both, or somebody, contacts them somehow. Do we have any of that? Because sometimes you'll refer people and then they drop off because somebody said, well, go do this. And then they got confused and they're a little scared, but nobody follows up with them. So do we have a way of doing that?
Yes. And it's actually just about nearby perfected. Now, of course, we have been in the process of perfecting this way. So depending on when you're talking about people fell off, you're probably right. They fell off because we were perfecting the process. For sure. We can go back and get them. But as soon as Carol signs somebody up, Grace, where's Grace? Deanna, take us through a few of the things that's going to happen when someone signs up so everybody can see.
So once they sign up, whether they sign up through one of you or they sign up directly through the website, we get their information, and the first thing that they get is a happiness call. So I'll go through the process of, let's say you send them your link and they sign up through the link. They hit our system, we take their number, we pass them over to one of our sales or one of our happiness, depending on the type of email we get. If we get the email that says that they went through the process but didn't sign up, we redirect them to sales. If we get an email saying that they clicked the link, they signed up and went all the way through and purchased or registered, then they go to happiness. So let's say they signed up, but they didn't finish the process. Someone will reach out to them and say, hey, we saw that you clicked on this link, but we see that you didn't finish the process. Did you have any questions about the process? But one of the questions we ask, so what are you looking for? Because we've noticed that sometimes when they go in and they don't complete the process, they were like, well, I was looking for something specific and didn't see it. So when we go through that process, that's when we start the digging deep process that we always do, when we start asking the questions and finding out who they are, what it is they're looking to do. So that way, once we get that information, then we can let them know, well, for what you're looking to do, here are the classes, you know, and they're in this package. And so, and we complete the sign up process that way. Once we break down to them more of what they're looking for, that we have what they're looking for and actually recommend courses to them, we sign them up, then they go to the happiness department. If they've gone through the entire process online and we get their information, they go directly to the happiness department. And what happens then is they get a phone call welcoming them to the ATS Business University. We still go through the digging deep process. We still ask them questions like, okay, so what inspired you to sign up? What are you looking to do? Because we still want to find out what their dreams are, what their goals are, so we can properly help them. Okay.
And then there's 50 more things that we do. Okay, do after that. Let me point out. Whoever that is. Let me point out the thing in and get Abby is every person gets a call. The very first thing that we're attempting to do is make sure they use the classes immediately. Got to log on, because we notice now here lately our log on rates and like people just taking classes crazy. You can actually hear it because we're getting better with what we do, so more people are staying and taking at a high rate. But we found out when you sign up here, if you don't log in, if you never log in about 90 days, you'll cancel. Probably less than that. We've got enough data to know that. So the first thing we do is we call and we call and we text and we text, and we use that first happiness call to make sure you've been logged in and onboarded, or if you have any device problems or anything like that. Because we know the moment someone takes a class or gets connected, and we're talking about our customers with this company, then that is our very first priority. How do we make sure when Carol signs someone up, they're already getting value? Okay, go ahead, Monica.
And then I think just to add to that, I think once they go through that, Carol, the most important part is the engagement part. So keeping them engaged afterwards. So for example, for like my success team, one thing I'm going to do with mine is the main core group of my success team. I'm going to make sure that I'm in contact with them and I'm taking care of them on a consistent basis and keeping them engaged. And then over time, what I'll do with my calls is I'm going to teach them how to do that so they can do that with their direct success team. Because the engagement part's the important part, because like you said, people will fall off. So if you don't talk to them, they're not going to log on. They're eventually going to just go away and you're not going to hear from them anymore. So whatever the best process is for each person, because everyone's different, whether it's writing down on a piece of paper who's on your direct success team and making sure you just keep in touch with them. So for example, for like me, I'm going to do the work for the people on my success team initially, and then over time kind of wean off a little bit and allow them to take care of their people. And kind of like Antonio used the example last night, like at Starbucks, when somebody buys you a drink and then you continue the paying it forward, you'll have a full successful success team downline because everybody's kind of doing that same thing that you're doing as well. So I think it's going to start from us at the top, and then over time picking up on those things and just really taking care of your team, because if people feel like they're taken care of, they're going to stay. So I think that's going to be really the most important part once we get everybody enrolled and on board, and just keeping them engaged, because then they're going to want to work. They're going to understand it better. And if they understand it better, they're going to be excited about it. And then they're going to start telling more people about it. And I think that's where the ball's going to start rolling.
And that is what we're doing right now. And it's also why I've hired 85 people in India just for customer support as well. Y'all will have eventually over 100 people doing customer service for the people you bring in. Okay? Abby.
Yeah, I just wanted to just to add to what Deanna and Antonio said. I just kind of wanted to paint a picture of my experience when I came on. When I first came on, and I was introduced to the courses. Obviously, the value is there. It's very rich.
This is a good
It's
point
very
because you
relevant.
just came on. Hold on. How long you been here? Because this is a good point. That's
Uh,
about a month, right?
yeah,
All
something
right.
like that.
So this is very recent. I'm excited to hear this.
Yeah. So anyway, when I signed on and I logged in for the first time and I started the courses, I was listening to the audios, Antonio's audios, and I mean they were giving me life, like I was very inspired. But at the same time, I was a little detached because I wasn't really getting what I particularly wanted. But as I stayed in the process, eventually I started getting specific because law of attraction is really my thing. And so when I started getting the law of attraction videos, that was when I was like all in. So initially the first courses were a bit vague. I mean, they were answering my questions, but they were not specific enough. But once I got the law of attraction videos, I was like, game over, game over. So just to kind of like paint a picture of how my experience was, and how other people most likely would have maybe similar experiences, about honing in on what exactly they are looking for and trying to make the process easier for them to find what they are looking for specifically. Because that's when, once they have the passion, then they're going to be committed and they're going to stay the course.
Nobody can argue with that. You just gave a customer testimony and can't argue with that at all. But that is why we have that really, that's why the freshman level is not treated as, here, just take these things. No, it is our very finest, our very best up front. And that's why we have all those other peripheral things there, plus other things that will be coming that will be there for that very reason, because we don't know where someone is going to have that testimony. For her, it was law of attraction. And she actually texted me about the videos too, the law of attraction. But we have plenty more to put up as well. So fantastic there. Good. Here is the punchline here is where we've worked on the system to personalize it as much as possible. We are continuously with every customer making that better. Essentially, when I say you focus on bringing 250 people, you would have had made us evolve 250 different times. For every customer we get to the next 7 million, we will completely change this company around. Look at one of the major changes I just made. Antonio said, cameras on October 1st. And then Antonio said, well, be a good sport about it. Turn your cameras on, but it's okay if you don't. It's a major change already. Who gets up and say, oh, let me change my infallible word. Let me get in front of my people and look like I had made a bad decision. No one does that. No one does that. Constantly adjusting after every customer. Constantly. Go ahead, Phil.
May I suggest we consider moving from customer service to student loyalty? Just like your loyalty to your university. So we don't provide customer service, we provide student loyalty. We create student loyalty.
All right, send me a note of that. Let's call it that from now on because I had some good energy on it. I felt that energy. I like that. That's what we call it, student loyalty. And the more we go, is the more we're going to get beat up, Carol, and the more we're going to adjust. Like Mike Tyson has the best saying for that. Everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face. All boxers have a plan until they get punched in the face. So you jump in the ring. There's my plan. Boom. Okay, no more plan. Let me duck. Yeah, that's really good. And that's us. We are looking forward to getting punched in the face. We're looking forward to it. We're going to adjust every single time that you all tell us, and every single time that you don't tell us. Go ahead, Reese.
To piggyback off of what Phil said, if we're shifting our frame of reference from this being something that has a framework of an MLM to we are peers supporting each other, right, in this university, the way that you would talk to like a colleague or a fellow student in a program is different, right? And like the way that you would approach that is different.
Mm-hmm.
And even like how we, like, I don't know, what's this, like our titles right now, and I don't know, is there a title for us besides students when we're speaking to other potential students?
Not yet. You want to make one up?
I think I think it might come up organically, but, like we're not advisors, right? Because there's like a hierarchy there and it's a little bit more egalitarian. But, I think something in that general framework, like to think in that framework of like, we're supporting each other as fellow students or whatever. You know how like in schools they have like these committees and shit, excuse my French, and like these different like hierarchies of like what students are doing, something like that.
Yeah. Monica just said student leaders and
Counselors.
Counselors work. Yeah. I think I like what we said. I think it's gonna, whatever it is gonna come up organically. I'm sure of it.
Even
ahead,
alumni.
Oh, that felt good. I like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. You can even spend some money on some alumni cards. I actually have an alumni card. Yeah, I have an alumni card from my, they took my degree and shortened it down to an alumni card so I can get a little discounts at the student store.
Actually, that's a great idea. Alumni cards and discounts at the student store.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is. So write that down.
And there's something psychological, I think, with that too. Then that an alumni is expected to present themselves in a certain way and to support the school.
Look at that coming up organically, Reese. That didn't take long. You're right.
Thinking, like, what else do they have? Like, they have award ceremonies and all kinds of nonsense. It doesn't actually mean anything, but it makes people feel good.
No doubt, we want to do that. Make sure you put alumni program, and all the stuff that comes with alumni. We need to do that, and that all these things like this will push us further and further away from what looks like MLM and towards your dreams. Anything like that. Alumni are put in a distinguished category. Well, y'all are distinguished. There's no doubt about it. And it sounds, And then and for some of you, it's going to be founding alumni. Ooh-wee. Yeah. I got some perks just for that too. I have come up with that. That's good. I work for a university. Blah. Oh, okay. Look at you. Didn't know that. Good. We got some of the student services. Well, I think that's been pretty good. I think you all have given us like 50 things that we can immediately input into the culture. And here's what I like about us, and I hope you, if you're going to steal anything, you should know that we're going to make these changes as fast as possible. Some of them are going to be changed within an hour. And it's so much fun to own an organization or work within an organization that every last one of these changes I said, most of these are core changes. They will fundamentally change how some things work around here. And we're going to test it. And if it don't work, we're going to test something else. And if it do work, well, then here we is again, being better than everybody else. I don't know what to say, right? There you go. make sure that your organization can just move like that, because the market is my mentor. Go ahead, Carol.
So today starts the 30-day weight loss and wellness challenge.
Good stuff.
So what I'm asking everybody here, even though you're not on the challenge.
Wait. Hold on. Before you ask, let me ask first. How can we serve you?
Oh, I was just going to tell you.
All right, then. All right, holla at your boy.
So all of you guys, everybody that's going through the challenge, it's going to be difficult for them to kind of get, started, because it's a change of how they eat and how they do things. So it's going to be an adjustment. But I'm having everybody start posting about their experience and all. And if you can just look out for those posts and cheer them on, so cheer them through this so they can make it through those 30 days would be great.
Most welcome, most awesome too. Do you have a hashtag for that? That'll organize.
I don't, but something
okay.
I'll create. Okay.
Yeah, as soon as you create, we just post y'all, but once she comes up with her hashtag, if we all just post that hashtag, then on the respective social media, you can just click that, and then it'll be filtered for you, And you may not want to say 30-day challenge, because that'll be a whole bunch of stuff. You may want to say Carol's 30-day challenge or something, something like that. That'll be unique to you, And you don't need to have hashtags to be unique, but the way she just did it, you want a unique hashtag that you can see all the supporters and all the people on the same journey. It's basically you're filtering out so she can filter in love, basically. What she's doing. Very good, Carol. Very proud of you. Very proud of you. I know that feels good too. Yes, very proud of you.
I'm glad for everybody participating. I want them to get the most out of it, and they're going to challenge each other. We're going to have some gifts. So that's at the end. I'm going to probably ask everybody to support them so that we can have maybe 3 different levels, like bronze, silver, and gold for the end winners, so that they can get something out of it at the end of it.
I think that's a big deal, and I'm glad that we are people who help out one another. That's what I celebrate, because that's what I attempted to create. Good stuff. Well, Oh, go ahead, Jerome.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Listen, yes, she keeps me on my toes.
About to cut me off. Yeah. When we were talking about the store, my brain went ding, 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 ding.
Just about to make you rich.
Yeah, and so my brain said to me, we know everybody comes in at the freshman level for free, and there should be some type of gift at the sophomore level, junior level, and senior level, and it don't need to be a 5% or it's free, and they can choose from it because they went to the next level. Bingo.
Okay, that is a good idea. So right now, I'm going to blend what we were doing plus with that good idea. Right now, if you come in at the senior level, you're going to get the Richest Man in the Trash Can hard print for free.
Ooh.
Okay, for free. And it has to be that way because the shipping costs, right? The shipping costs. You can't do that to the freshman level. Now, what Jerome just said was every time there's an upgrade, there needs to be a gift associated. Can you send that to me? On all upgrades, there should be a gift that's given away. And it's not going to be too hard because we got enough stuff right now. And then as we grow, we can get better stuff. I could put a book on each level, right? You put a book on each level. Let's say it on the mic.
And then you're also changing their reward system when it comes to the business university as well. You're letting them know when you decide to, I don't want to say upgrade, but when you decide to get more information to add more value, you get a free gift.
Which is even more powerful because I'm going to do something else. But this is the same reason why Audible has listening badges. Those badges don't mean anything, but they sure make me feel good that I got all of them except for one, and that's the one in which you don't finish no books. And I ain't ever get that one. Okay, I'm not ever getting that one. But then they even have you got your like apprentice, and then master have these rankings. Mean nothing, but they make me feel good that I'm maxed out completely. But I want to push that further. This is where the Joel Osteen influence in me comes out. I don't just want to give you a gift when you upgrade. I want to make sure you get a gift when you downgrade too. So this is where that Lakewood influence comes out on me at. Because I want people to be able to downgrade and feel comfortable with their choice and reward it. Because sometimes a downgrade, actually, I just want to make sure the energy of all downgrades are celebrated. I'm at $59.99. Now I'm going down to $19.99. No, you're still have the opportunity to get income. You still, this would not affect your commissions, okay? And you could have downgraded because there was trouble in the home or anything, and now you're being smart with your money, or smarter with your money, and I want that celebrated. So if we're going to do that, which we are, then I'm also going to give you a gift when you downgrade too. Now, someone could push back and say, but you're rewarding people for downgrading. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Okay, yes, I am. But what they're not quitting, that's for sure. But that is not, everything with me is always an agenda. What I'm doing is I'm showing no matter what you do here, this is a group of people that are cheering for you. Upgrade or downgrade, we're cheering for you. Somebody will catch that on the way home. All right, that's right. Who else gives out money or gives out value when people downgrade? Okay, so no doubt. Did you send that to me, please? Did you send it? Now send me institute an award ceremony. I'm going to start doing awards. We've already got it pretty much down, but I'm going to start doing awards. They're going to be the silliest awards possible. They're going to be realistic. Like, you know, the Comeback Kid Award, who stayed away the longest and came back, and, you know, or the I binge watch all these classes award. I show up every class award. That always goes to Philly Susan. You know, things like that. So we want to create all that stuff. So good job, Jerome, because you just made about 4 core changes to the company. Thank you very much. Is everyone checking out? Like, we're obviously over time, but the market said, Antonio, wait. I'm so glad that you asked this because I've been wanting to tell you this. I've been having this question. Y'all didn't just come up with that all of a sudden. You said, wait a minute. Just Antonio, like Susan's like, well, now that you gave me an opportunity, Antonio, here's what my strategic thinking has been thinking for like 2 years, okay? And the market said, let me get this. And then what did I do? I responded, had her write it down, and we're making all these changes. Now think about when you see your change fundamentally change the university. You can't beat that, right? You need to build your companies that way. You need to. Okay, I typically don't tell people what they need to do. This is one of them. If you can't take the feedback, you shouldn't be the CEO. But your market, y'all are my mentor. They say, what? Okay, well, let's try it. Because you're on the front lines. You're the ones selling me and all sorts of stuff. And we want to make this as easy for you as possible, plus as valuable as possible. You should spread our service and make money 2 ways, from me and somehow it made you make money with your company. So Jerry, the answer to your question is she's going to ship you a book now, okay? So we're going to get it. There you go. Like, anything you need to, like, Jerry's doing a great idea. I'll let him show you when it's done, okay? Doing a great idea. And whatever we have to do to support that, that's what we're going to do. Cool. Well, thank y'all.
Very cool.
Yes. Thank you. Make sure he gets that, just ship it out. Thank you very much. And there's more, but we'll get to it next time. Antonio T. Smith Jr., you can plant better. You can dominate. Thank you very much, everybody. This was very valuable. I'm about to make all these changes now. All right. Have a good one.
I hate to break it to you, but you're in for a big surprise. 5 years from now, Jane, who's resigning today, will ring the NASDAQ bell, officially launching her company on the public market. And what you'll soon realize is that Jane stole your most valuable data to start her new company on her way out the door. Learn how Code 42 Insider can stop data theft and protect your organization's most valuable assets. Visit code42.com to learn more.
Stand out from all the rest by becoming a CFA charter holder. As the investment industry evolves, professionals need the tools to evolve with it. When you become a CFA charter holder, you're not only developing real-world skills and expertise, you're demonstrating to employers that you have what it takes to thrive. In fact, more than 80% of those who earn the CFA charter say it boosted their career. Sound interesting? Go to cfainstitute.org/learn to find out more about the Level 1 CFA exam.